A very weird victory for the Toronto Blue Jays. It looked real bleak early on in this ball game after they took a 1-0 lead, then a 2-1 lead. But the Blue Jays get some help from the White Sox defense, but make them pay as the Jays win this one 6-2 over the Sox, improved to 31-28 on the year. And how improbable as it may have felt, they have an opportunity to win this series tomorrow against the Sox. An 8-10 first pitch. Ryu gets the ball in the finale against Dallas Keuchel. But let's talk about this game because boy, oh boy, there's a lot going on. Bottom of the first inning, Alek Manoah on the mound for the Blue Jays, and he gives up an RBI single to Yoan Moncada. It's a 1-0 lead. And early on, struggled with the location, but overall, he had a great outing to Alek Manoah. We'll get to him shortly. Top half of the second inning, Randall Grichuk gets an inside pitch from Lance Lynn, and he crushes it. Deep and gone, and we are tied at 1. All right, great stuff. Bottom of the fifth inning, Madrigal hits an RBI double to left center field. Garcia comes in to score, making it a 2-1 lead for the White Sox. I think every Jays fan at that point is like, well, we've scored literally one run in 2 games to this point. I guess a game and a half to this point. You got Lance Lynn on the mound who's been dealing. And their bullpen is really, really good. Their pitching staff is fantastic. This might be a tough one to come back from, even if it was just a 2-1 game. But we go to the top half of the 8th inning and some weird stuff starts happening. Riley Adams is a third, he swings and misses at strike 3. Ball gets away from Yasmani Grandal. Riley Adams ends up at first base. Turning the lineup over to Marcus Semien, who hits a chopper. And I'm not talking about a chopper like this. I'm talking about a chopper that bounces about yay high. And Semien ends up beating the play to first with a do-or-die play from Moncada. He can't come up with it at third base, charging in on the play. It's a dribbler right out in front of home plate, basically. But it was a high chopper. Semien safe, and the Blue Jays haven't hit the ball hard. They had a strikeout, and they have an infield single. You got 2 on now. Okay, this is going to be interesting to see maybe if things can turn around here. And a couple batters later, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now comes up with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the at-bat from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. there was remarkable. The fact that he was facing, I think it was Bummer, got some crazy movement on his pitches. Vladdy's not biting. He walks on a 3-1 count, and obviously 4-1, and brings in a run, ties the game at 2. He's got the energy. They bring in a righty to face, or no, maybe a righty came in to face Vlad. No, it was another guy came in, Cole something or other, came in to face Hernandez. And he throws 3 balls, like not even close, right? They weren't even remotely close. And I'm like, Teo, this guy has come out of the pen and thrown 3 god-awful pitches. You got to wait for him to throw you 1, maybe even 2. Because there's 1 out and the bases are loaded. You got to make this guy throw strikes. And Teoscar swings at a borderline pitch on 3-0 and grounds it to second. Looks like it's an inning-ending double play. But I think he flips it to second base. And Tim Anderson fires it way wide. Right in comes, where are we here? In comes Bo Bichette. In comes Marcus Semien, and the Blue Jays have a 4-2 lead. Tim Anderson may talk a lot of trash, but that is a big-time error in a big-time spot. And the Blue Jays have a 4-2 lead. But we're all freaking out still as Jays fans because we know our bullpen has been not very good. And Tyler Chatwood did a great job today. Anthony Castro did a great job today. Romano, other than the first batter he faced, did a great job today. But the Blue Jays offense wasn't done yet. Top of the 9th inning. Great at bat from Riley Adams. A few batters later, because I think they pinch. Did they pinch hit for Riley Adams? Either way, you pinch run for. Either way, Santiago Espinal is at second base now, and Rowdy Tellez hits an RBI still in the right field. Adam Meaton, I don't know where he's throwing that ball. Is he throwing it to the home plate? Is he throwing it up here north? Because that thing goes sails wide. I mean, it was a terrible throw. Espinal comes in to score. Rowdy ends up at second base. And we're not even done yet, right? We're not actually. I think that's when Riley Adams walked to make it 2-1, right? First and second, I think at this point. I could be wrong with all this stuff. There was just so much going on. right? Then Marcus Semien hits a ground ball to short. Looks like it's going to be an inning-ending double play, but nope, there's another error. And it looked like it would have been a double play, or it looked like it would have been just short, and he would have got the one out in the fielder's choice. But instead, Jose Abreu at first just kind of stands there like this and go boop off the end of his glove, and it goes all the way to the wall. And in comes Rowdy Tellez. It is a 6-2 Jays lead. In the matter of I can't remember if they had 3 errors in the 8th or 9th, but there's 3 errors in a wild pitch in the final few innings of this ball game. And coming into this series, you hear about the White Sox. They have a great offense. They got a great pitching staff. And I went on and I'm like, okay, what are they not good at? Like, they're top 5 and top 10 in almost every offensive category, almost. And same with the pitching staff. And I'm like, where is this team? Oh. Going into this game today, the Chicago White Sox have the 28th ranked defense in baseball. And that was on display there today. What do I always say in these videos? Pitching and defense wins you championships. They are a great pitching ball club, but man, oh man, when their defense has to make some plays in big-time moments, clearly you saw it today, they ain't good enough. And that's going to come back to haunt them down the road come playoff time. But either way, the Blue Jays get the W. I don't give a damn how it happens. And they did get some help from the umpire, by the way. That throw out at the plate, I mean, I don't know how they called Grandal out. Even after reviewing it, it looked pretty safe to me. Either way, it doesn't impact the game because your team can't play defense. You lost by 4 runs. It's only a 1-run play. Whatever. Obviously things could have changed. All this could. Either way, it happened the way it happened, and the Blue Jays split, even up the series at 1 game apiece. Not a whole lot of offense going on in the game, as you would expect. Only 8 hits for the Toronto Blue Jays today. Bo Bichette went 3 for 5 with a run scored. Are we starting to see Bo get red hot? I don't know. 2 hits yesterday, 3 hits today. Get some pretty good pitchers. I don't know. Keep an eye on Bo Bichette moving forward. He had a run scored in the game as well. And Joe Panik, who has filled in admirably for Kevin Biggio, and he went 2 for 4 again today, including a double ripped off. I think Espinal came in a pinch run for him. That's what I was going for earlier on in the video. But Panik goes 2 for 4. Great job for him. He's been fantastic since Kevin Biggio's hit the shelf. And he's obviously in AAA trying to figure things out. Obviously injury-wise and play-wise, trying to get some consistent at-bats. But Joe Panik's done a fantastic job. Now let's get to the pitching staff, which is going to be totally overlooked because of the insane amount of errors that happened for the White Sox today. Alek Manoah got his 3rd big league start. We talked about it in the last video, in his last start, how that's fine. You have a rough outing, that's fine. Now you want to see him take that next step and bounce back after a rough outing. And was he particularly fantastic? I think he would say probably not. But he battled, he fought hard all night long, and did a great job finding ways to get out of tough innings. He went 5 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 was an earned run, and 4 strikeouts and a couple walks. So overall, 5 innings, a 2-run ball against that type of offense, I'll take that any day of the week. Great job for Alek Manoah today, bouncing back after the rough one against his hometown Marlins. But a great job for Alek Manoah there today. Now, the thing that's not going to be talked about much at all, but I want to, is the bullpen. And Charlie Montoyo, look, you got to give this guy credit where credit is due. We talk a lot of garbage about the guy night in, night out when things go wrong. But when things go well, you got to talk about it. Anthony Castro came into a big situation. Obviously, I think you were down 2-1 at the time in the bottom half of the 6th inning when he went out there. And you just need zeros, right? You need to keep the Jays in striking distance. And I think he was facing the top of the lineup, or at least the meat of the order, in and around there. And he made them look silly, man. He was fantastic. He made Grandal look like an absolute Looney Tune swinging at that filthy wipeout slider. He went an inning, had a strikeout, no hits, no walks, no runs. Great job for him. And then Tyler Chatwood goes out there in the bottom half of the 7th. We're all sitting here like, okay, is he going to find himself? And the answer was yes. Didn't walk a batter. No hits, no runs, and a strikeout. Clean job for Chatwood to keep it a 2-1 game. All right, good stuff. Then, after the Blue Jays took the lead 4-2, Jordan Romano goes out there, and he walks Tim Anderson on 4 pitches that weren't even close. Then he throws another terrible pitch to the next guy. I don't know if that's when Pete Walker came out or if he came out right after the first walk. Either way, after Riley Adams talked to him, and after Pete Walker came out to talk to him, Romano dialed in. I mean, he flat out dialed in. Yeah, did Anderson steal second and steal third? Yeah. And he was at third base with nobody out for the meat of the order. And what does Romano do? Gets 1, 2, 3, keeps it a 4-2 ball game. The question was, he was looking at his finger and whatnot, but it was at the back of his finger. Buck Martinez mentioned it on the broadcast. It's the back of the finger, right? It's not like it's in here for a blister. So let's not freak out about that. But just hoping there's no problems there, but the way he was pitching, it didn't really seem to affect him a whole lot on the mound because he was dialing in at 100 and like I said, got out of the inning, not allowing a run, went an inning, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, nothing doing there. Great job for Romano getting out of that tough time there because we need the leadoff guy at third base with less than 2 out, and you have the meat of that order. It is not an easy task. And then Tim Mesa goes out there, walks the leadoff guy, but don't worry about it. Gets the job done to finish off the ball game. He goes an inning, allows 1 walk, and that's all there is to it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Blue Jays have a chance to win this series. I mean, the way yesterday went, the way the first 5 innings went for the Blue Jays, it just seemed very bleak where the way this offense has been struggling over the last couple games, the way their pitching staff has been. The odds of me saying that they have a chance to win the series with your ace on the mound, I didn't think I'd be able to say it. But here we are talking about it as Hyun Jin Ryu gets the ball on the mound for the Blue Jays tomorrow night, 8:10 first pitch there in Chicago against former Cy Young winner Dallas Keuchel. It's been a while since he was a Cy Young Award winner with the Houston Astros. But either way, that is the finale as the Blue Jays look to maybe win this series in Chicago. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out, though, tomorrow night, guys. All right, so thank you so much for listening and watching. I really do appreciate it, but I'm not done just yet. All right, so smack that like button if you guys enjoyed this one. Hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already, guys. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game. Let me know in the comments below. Go crazy your thoughts on today's ball game. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already, and I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, in the finale tomorrow night, 8:10 first pitch there in Chicago. Dallas Keuchel on the mound for the White Sox, and as for the Blue Jays, Hyun Jin Ryu gets the ball, looking for the Series W, right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.